But yeah, we'll keep it pushing here. We have another controversial decision. We have Kyler Phillips minus 270, 14th ranked bantamweight, fighting Raulian Paiva
Yeah.
plus 230, who's the 12th ranked flyweight who came up a weight class. So a lot of people changing weight classes on this card, which I said probably would have been the story if it wasn't for all these funky decisions. We both picked Kyler Phillips, not as for a straight up bet, but as a good parlay builder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was a pretty safe pick. Now, round one, Kyler Phillips looked phenomenal.
Great. I think the strike differential was like 46 to like 14.
There was 3 separate times in the first round where he had Paiva like noticeably hurt and
Like he was
wobbled,
tagging him, bro.
like on the verge. Like, you think it's fair to say that like there are refs out there that would have stopped that fight in the first round?
I mean, yeah, there are refs out there. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Like that fight could have been. Notice could, not should. I'm not.
Yeah, right. No, yeah,
should.
definitely. I like that it kept going.
Yeah. But ass whooping fest for sure in round one. 10-8?
For sure on my card, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is super important in this fight.
It is. It is super important in this fight. Then round 2, honestly, flip the script.
Right.
Paiva hurt Phillips 2 times.
Right. Now, would you give Paiva a 10-8 there?
No, and I feel kind of hypocritical saying that now.
I know, me too. But I did it in the moment because Kyler Phillips was doing a ton of damage on Paiva in the first round.
No judge did either.
Right.
But it's weird because there was 2 times, if you go back and watch round 2 of this fight, there were 2 separate times where he had Kyler Phillips hurt. So are we saying, is that where we draw the line in a 10-8 is 3 times? Because Kyler got a 10-8 for hurting him 3 times.
I mean,
him twice.
I will say in boxing, 3 knockdowns in a round that's a TKO, but 2 isn't. Like, if that has any of like,
there's something to that, right? There is,
right?
Yeah,
really is.
I feel like we've given 10-8 for somebody getting hurt twice in a round before, so it's just subjective, and nobody's arguing that scoring fights isn't subjective, because that skateboarding making its Olympic debut yesterday. That's a large topic. How can you judge skateboarding accurately? It's so subjective. Like, okay, so is gymnastics, so is boxing. So I mean, there's subjective judging is a part of sports. I mean, subjective repping is a part of sports. I mean, it is what it is. It's a shitty argument. I think people in the skateboarding world are used to like even being considered a sport, so they're not used to some of these kind of logical inconsistencies that us sports fans just accept as part of sport.
Yeah. So I like their format for the skateboarding too, though. The 2 runs and then 5 tricks.
Yeah, no, it's sick. But yeah, tying it into this, sports judging is subjective. So like, if you're trying to make the argument that it shouldn't be or whatever, you're missing the boat. So it is subjective.
Even major sports are subjective because the official on the field, like determining a holding call and shit. Like,
a hold can be anything. Yeah, take it from a former blitzing linebacker.
Yeah.
What gets called a hold is just a complete crapshoot.
Like, I'm sure there's been times you've been like headlocked to the ground and been like, "Where's the flag?" and nothing.
Oh, like dreads ripped out. I mean, like literally, like just like had wrestling moves done to me.
Right.
Yeah, bear hug. Yeah, all the above. Edge rush, especially if you're blitzing A or B gap, you can get away with murder. Your former guard, full and well, you bastard. But on the edge is where they can see it. But anyway, bringing it back to UFC, bringing it back to fighting. So we had, what was it, 18 going into the third? And then, so how'd you see round 3?
I scored round 3 to Raulian Paiva as well.
Me too. The ground control, or the top control in the ground and pound, especially at the end of the round, enough to essentially win the round for me. And Kyler Phillips, he's a pretty muscled up bantamweight. He was pretty gassed, but it kind of reminded me of the Minner fight. Like, he gassed himself whooping ass for a 10-8 round.
Right. Yeah, it's exactly right. So it was like, man, it's tough. But like, what's tough about it to me is that. Go ahead. What's up?
We also talked about this on our preview. Like, as muscled up as he is and athletic as he is, Phillips doesn't have that natural, whatever it is, that dynamite in your fist. He doesn't have it.
No.
I think round 1 was a prime example of that. Because we were debating the prop bet of, you think Kyler could get the finish because he's such a big favorite? And neither one of us, and mind you, he's a minus 270 favorite. Usually that's not a big leap to say a minus 270 favorite's going to get a finish. Like, usually those things kind of go hand in hand because that's why they're such a big favorite. But we both looked at each other and we're like, you know what? We just don't see him getting the finish. He just doesn't have that danger to his striking. Like, it's just one of those things.
I think we were right to feel that way, and I mean, it obviously played itself out to be true.
Yeah. That's why I brought it up.
But like the result of this fight is a majority decision for Raulian Paiva. Two judges actually had it. I guess a 10-9 first round for Kyler Phillips, which meant
that's what this whole fight came down to.
Right, and then one judge obviously did have the 10-8, so he had a draw. Two judges
one
had.
Judge agrees with us because we had it as a draw.
Yeah, correct. So,
and then
I honestly,
one more judge would have had it as a draw, it would have been a majority draw instead of a majority decision, correct?
Right, exactly right.
See, I think this fight should have been a majority draw.
Right.
If one judge gave the first round a 10-9, I'm not tripping. But, I mean, that was a severe ass whooping in round
That's what
one.
I mean. How is that 10-9? Like, it has to be 10-8, right?
It has to be 10-8, man. It does.
So, I mean,
Paiva cash is plus 230.
And I'm not rolling out the hill, but I'm close. You know what I mean? This is one where I'm like, I'm real close on the hill.
You're right. Like, but rolling out the hill for a draw is weird, right? It's weird. Like, it's almost like I think most fight fans, granted, we had our predictions. We would rather be proven right, so maybe that's why we feel that way. But I think most fight fans would rather have a winner, even if it's the wrong winner. I think there's not a lot of fight fans out there that would rather have a draw. There are some. We're not alone.
For sure.
I think your average fight fan would be like, fuck draws. At least we have some kind of closure. You can debate the winner. Because a draw, you still kind of have these same debates. And
me and you were out here trying to, like, score the rounds and actively break it down, right?
Yes.
The people are just watching and want to see a winner be called.
100%. Yeah. And I got to say, too, that if we were scoring this one championship rules, Paiva definitely won the fight.
For sure. For sure that way. Like, I didn't even have that.
That's another reason why I don't want to roll out the hill. I think the right man won, but I just have a hard time aligning up the math, right?
Yeah, right. And, like, to me in my head,
reach that conclusion.
Like, especially, and I know strike numbers don't mean anything, but when you look at it, it was like Kyler Phillips landed 95 and Raulian Paiva landed 72 significant strikes. And it's like, or that's total strikes. Significant still, though, 74-51. So it's like, it's hard to say that damage, if that is your main criteria, wouldn't elicit a draw here.
Yeah. No, I think the draw is the right move, but I said it's just like it's hard to like lobby for a draw.
Yeah,
especially a majority draw. Like we're getting real. But hey, that's what we do here. That's why you watch Beefy Boys breakdown, because we fucking nitpick these motherfuckers.
We get deep.
We get deep in there.